again. My name's Gabe Zollner. This is the 26th of January 2018. I posted a video yesterday. I talked about the monster look-alike, that worthless previous Secretary of State, John Kerry, the guy that threw his medals over the fence of the backlash on the Vietnam War, the guy that was a Vietnam War protester. John Kerry reportedly coaches Palestinians not to yield to Trump in peace talks, spurring backlash. That's the title put up by Fox News a couple of days ago. Now, the question that needs to be asked is, what does John Kerry know that we don't know? Former Secretary of State John Kerry reportedly tried to meddle in the Middle East peace talks. Well, he didn't try, he did. Allegedly telling a close associate of Palestinian Authority President Mohammed Abbas not to yield to President Trump's demands. Israeli news outlets merely reported on the apparently meeting between Kerry and Hossein Agha in London, where the 2004 Democratic presidential nominee was reportedly floating a possible encore bid in 2020. I had said that that's what he plans to do, folks, and it appears that that in fact is the case. What's interesting is that he's come out and stated it. But in a conversation, Kerry reportedly told Agha to share a message with Abbas, urging him to, quote, hold on and be strong, end of quote, during talks with Trump's administration, and, quote, play for time, not yield to President Trump's demands, end of quote. Kerry, who served as former President Barack Obama's Secretary of State during his second term, also reportedly told Agha that Trump would not be in office for very long, suggesting he could be out in a year. According to the report, Kerry used derogatory terms when referring to Trump and offered to help the Palestinians create an alternative peace initiative. He reportedly asked Abbas not to attack the U.S. or the Trump administration, but rather focus attacks on the president himself. One prominent Trump ally, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, voiced disbelief at the reported comments on Thursday. Quote, Kerry knows, as a former Secretary of State, a former U.S. Senator, that kind of advice would be stunningly unpatriotic. And I don't think John Kerry would do something like that, Gingrich told Fox and Friends. I hope he wouldn't. I would be very, very surprised if a former Secretary of State, a former U.S. Senator, would have said anything that was that overly anti-American. Hey, Newt, why don't you just wake up, huh? Come on. You don't think that Kerry would have said that about President Trump not being there in about a year? This is the guy that negotiated that worthless Iranian deal. This is the guy whose son-in-law is Iranian. This is also the same guy that didn't pay tax on his $500,000 boat. Actually, it was a $5 million boat. I apologize. And his tax would have been $500,000. So he registered in Delaware or some other state that he lived in. He lived in Massachusetts. Guy's a dirtbag. The White House did not immediately report Fox News' request for comment on Kelly's alleged remarks. The State Department told Fox News they would decline to comment. Well, the State Department, the CIA, the FBI, they've all been corrupted by Barack Hussein Obama. It's unclear whether Abbas plans to take Kerry's advice, but the Palestinian leader already has drawn the scorn of the Trump administration. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley used the UN Security Council meeting Thursday to slam Abbas over recent remarks he gave in which he allegedly rejected any U.S. role in peace talks. "We will not chase after a Palestinian leadership that lacks what's needed to achieve peace," she said. "You're never gonna have peace. These are desert dwellers. These are Muslims. They will never capitulate." The term itself, peace talks, is a complete joke. Kerry's meeting with Palestinian Authority representatives come just 1 month after the Trump administration decided, after years of U.S. promises, to renegotiate Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Vice President Pence this week said that peace between Israel and the Palestinians is more likely following the decision, and noted that the State Department would begin the process of moving the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Pence said Monday that the embassy would open next year, ahead of schedule. This week, Pence also fired back against accusations that the controversial announcement made the peace process impossible and breached the trust with the Palestinian leadership. The truth is, the Palestinians walked away from negotiations for peace with Israel since 2014. It's time for the Palestinians to come back to the table, Pence told Fox News this week. The reality is, President Trump made a promise to the American people, and he kept that promise in recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Pence added, quote, "We've made no determination on the final status of boundaries of any peace agreement, and if both sides come together and agree, we'll accept the two-state solution." Wonder what that means. You've made no determination on the final status of boundaries? It's got nothing to do with you. According to Israel media, Arab leaders in Davao have expressed hope they could resume peace talks despite the Jerusalem controversy. Good luck. There will never be peace. Sean Hannity went to Israel and he crawled through miles of tunnels that these peaceful Palestinians created to kidnap Israelis. Peace? It'll never happen. I'll attach the link. Take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for listening.